Very good morning, children. Today we are going to see one important chapter in 6th standard, that is 23rd chapter in your 6th standard social studies, that is government. So, what is government? What are the branches in government? And what are the functions actually done by the government? All we are going to see. So this is actually very useful, and whenever you understand this well, you can easily understand the upcoming topics which come in 7th and 8th classes. First of all, you have to understand what is the word government. So government, the English word, actually came from it is originated from a Latin word governare. The English word government has been originated from the Latin word governare. This is a Latin word. What is the meaning of governare? The meaning of governare is to govern or to manage. What should we manage? We have to manage the entire country. See how we should have a head for a family. We should have a head for the family. So if there is no head for a family, there will be disorder in the house. In the same way, if there is no such head for the entire country, the country will be in disorder. There is no law and order. So that's why we should manage the entire country. Who will manage that? That is, there should be a machinery. There should be group of people. So in order to have such group of people, we have got government. So government's main responsibility is to make the entire country in order. So the English word government has been derived from the Latin word governare. The meaning of governare is to govern or to manage. Understood? So then what is government? In one sentence, how do we define government? Means it is mechanism comprising of people. What is government? It is a mechanism. Mechanism means that is what through which actually something is done. Where you find some group of people. So whom do you find here? In this mechanism, whom do you find? You find people as well as institutions. What are those institutions? Generally we see here, that is we see in village level, village panchayatis we see, in mandal level we see mandal parishads, in district level we see Jilla parishads, at the state level we see state governments, at the central level we see central government. In that way, we have got all the institutions at different levels. Understood? So in this way, we have got people as well as institutions in this government, and which determines the policies and rules of a country. This mechanism, what this mechanism actually decides, what this mechanism actually determines, this determines the policies. This mechanism determines the rules of a country, and even after deciding, after determining the policies as well as rules, what we do? We try to implement. What we do? We try to implement those rules of a country. Understood? So far what we have learned, the English word government has been derived from the Latin word governare, which means to govern or to manage. How do you define government? Government is a mechanism comprising of people and as well as institutions, and these people and institutions determines the policies and rules of a country and even implements them as well as. So this is what the government means. Then what are the branches we find here? Can we imagine a country without government? Just now I told you that if there is no government in a country, you can find disorder. Some people may damage the properties of others. Some people may disturb the life of others. So there should be a mechanism to stop such things in order to help such people. So that's why we should have a government. If there is no government, there will be disorder in the country. So even in that, we should have some branches. How school actually runs smoothly? Is it possible to run the school smoothly just by a principal, just by one headmaster? Not possible. So we require some group of teachers, we require some school people leaders, we require one principal, we require PETs in order to keep all the children in control. In the same way, here all the functions of the government should be carried by not a single department, not a single organ. So we require different organs. How the human body actually functions with different organs. In the same way, the government also functions with the different organs. What are those organs? What are those branches? Those branches are three here. One is legislature. The main duty of legislature is to make laws. The main function of the legislature is actually making laws for the country. And after making laws, those should be implemented. So that work is carried by executive. What is the important function of executive? The laws which are prepared by legislature, those are implemented by executive. And afterwards, that the laws, whether those laws are good or not, with those laws will people benefit or not, and even the protection of fundamental rights of all the people, those are all looked after by another important organ, another important branch of government, that is judiciary. So here, so in this way, with the help of these three branches, what we do? We manage, we administer, we govern the entire country. So that is what actually government, in such a way government performs. Now let us see what are its important functions. Okay. Let us see the levels of government. So previously what we have seen, that how the word government has been originated and what are the important functions of government. Understood? Now let us see what are the levels of government. You can find government at three levels. Understood? So India is actually a composition of 28 states and 9 union territories. How many states? 28 states and 9 union territories. And you can find government at three levels. That is union and central government, the state government, and local self-government. The union or central government, the headquarters of union or central government you can find in New Delhi. This government functions at national level and it looks after the administration of the entire country. It frames the laws for the entire country, not for a particular place of a country. This is first important thing. The second important, the state government, you can find this government at every state level, and this government you can find in respective states. For example, Andhra Pradesh state government, Telangana state government, Karnataka state government. Like that, in every state there is a separate state government administration you can find. And third one, see, it is not possible to look after the issues which are there in locally. The issues what you find in the village level, the people of village cannot represent their problems directly to the Prime Minister or Chief Minister. So we require government even at the local level also, that is at village level also, that is at the towns level also, that is at cities level also. That's why you can find government not only at central level, not only at state level, even you can find government at the village level, towns level and cities level also. All those come under local self-government. So in this way, you can find government at three levels. The first important one, the union or central government, the state government and the local self-government. Understood? Now let us see what are the forms of government. Under these forms, you are going to see the first form is monarchy, And the second important one you can find dictatorship, and third you can find democracy, which you can find now in India. So what is monarchy? Monarchy, the type of government where you can find a monarch. That monarch may be a king, that monarch may be a queen, that monarch may be an elected person. So it is the common forms of government in history. The monarch is a common form of government in history. Take for example Maurya's administration, Gupta's administration. Who is monarch there? The king is monarch there. What is the meaning of monarch? The person who has got absolute powers. He is not answerable to anyone. Whatever the decision he wants to take, he can take. No one can question him. Such type of government is called monarchy type of government. In this we has got absolute powers, means monarch has got absolute powers. So generally this system comes hereditary. That means if the king dies, the power is exercised, the power is enjoyed by his son. If he dies, his son will enjoy the power, his daughter will enjoy the power. In that way, it is hereditary in nature. And even though the monarch is helped by the group of ministers, he is not answerable to such people. He has got absolute powers, he can take his own decision. So such type of government you can find, particularly in case of monarchy. So nowadays you cannot find this type of government in more and more countries. Understood? So in historical times, you can find such type of government. This is called monarchy. Understood? So this is another most important form of government. Now let us see what is dictatorship, what is democracy. Yes, children. So previously you have seen the first form of government. What is that? Monarchy. The second type of government, second form of government is dictatorship. In dictatorship, a single person or a group of people administer the entire nation. So what is a dictatorship? In dictatorship, a single person or a group of a small group of people administer the entire country. So in this type of government, you don't find any kind of freedom. Here, if a single person or a small group of people administer the entire nation, they don't consider the wishes of the people, aspirations of the people, needs of the people, what they wish. According to their wish, they administer the entire nation. They don't consider the wishes of the people. And here there is no freedom for the people, and also the people have no power to elect them. There are no powers given to the people. That is the second important feature. And here he has got all powers. He has all powers, and he has the authority to govern the entire nation. He has the authority. Who has got authority? The dictator has got the authority. Their monarch, here dictator. And finally, you don't find any kind of, so he rules as long as he holds the power. He rules the entire nation as long as he holds the power, and you don't find any kind of elections. Understand? So nowadays, see, in our country, for every 5 years you can find elections. Those are called general elections. Even sometimes midterm elections also take place. But here, can you find, particularly in dictatorship type of government, can you find such elections? No elections. Why? Because people have no any kind of powers to elect the ruler of the nation. Understood? So that kind of government you can find, that is dictatorship. And now you get a doubt, where do you find such kind of dictatorship? See, in earlier days, if you see a country called Iraq, that is Saddam Hussein. What is the person name? Saddam Hussein. the person who was considered a dictator, particularly to the country Iraq. So nowadays, even in such type of government also, you may find very less. Now coming to the last one, democracy, the another form of government. In this form of government, generally, they draw authority from the people. The rulers draw their authority from the people. And here, all the people, particularly, they elect their representatives on behalf of them. They elect their representatives through universal adult franchise. What is this? Universal adult franchise. Here I have written universal adult franchise. What is universal adult franchise here? So universal adult franchise means, that is, first of all you have to understand the meaning of franchise. Franchise means what? That is right to vote. What is franchise? Right to vote. To whom you are giving? Adults. To whom you are giving? Adults. How you are giving? Universally. That means adults means who? The people who actually cross 18 years of age. We have crossed 18 years of age. Those are adults. For them you are giving right to vote. While giving right to vote, you should not consider the following. What you should not consider? You should not consider their caste, you should not consider their color, region, race, and even religion also. So without considering their religion, their race, caste, color, gender, if you give right to vote, that is called universal adult franchise. That is given in India in 1952 itself, in the general election. So in our country, after independence, that is after 1947, the first general elections held in 1952. In the first general elections itself, all people got what? That is right to vote. Understood? So that is what you have to understand. Here in democracy, through the right to vote, the people can elect their representatives. And all can cast their votes, and if people don't satisfy with the existing government, in the next elections they can replace that government, they can elect another government. Such power is given, such choice is there for the people, particularly in democracy. Now we get a doubt that is it possible, particularly giving right to vote all sections of people, particularly adults. If you see the history of some countries, particularly olden days, all people did not enjoy the right to vote. For that purpose only, one movement actually took place in the world history. That is what? The women's suffrage movement. That is what? The women's suffrage movement. The suffrage has been, this movement has been derived from the word suffrage. Suffrage means to vote. So suffrage means to vote, franchise means also vote, remember. So this, particularly before 1848, so many countries did not give right to vote to women. And olden days, the right to vote was given to the people who have got property, who are paying taxes, who are educated. Even right to vote was not given to women in so many countries. Because of that purpose, whenever women were disgusted with this situation, the women rose with their voice, that they came in the form of a movement called Women's Suffrage Movement in 1848, particularly in USA. So, whenever that movement was started in 1848, and particularly they gathered good strength with the beginning of First World War, and between 1914 to 1939, the movement took its strength, and it took great support from all corners of the world, and particularly USA, Great Britain, Russia, Canada, and Germany, and Austria. All these countries gave right to vote to women. All adults, no discrimination. So that is what we have to remember here. So far, what we discussed now, in this chapter, that is what the government chapter, we discussed what is government, and what are the branches of government, what are the functions of government, at which levels we see the government, and what are the forms of government. Okay children, so if we have got textbooks, just to open the 23rd chapter of our 6th class social studies and see and read once again and see the video once again and try to write a worksheet. Thank you.